What if a leaked banking rate showed the Iraqi Dinar at over $5 and the Vietnamese Dong close to 4? Sounds shocking, right? But is this real or just another rumor spreading fast? Welcome back to Iraqi Dinar Brief, your trusted source for clear and simple updates on currency news and the Iraqi economy. Today, we're breaking down a story that's getting a lot of attention online. A so-called bank leak claims the Iraqi dinar could be valued at $5.02 and the Vietnamese Dong at $3.94. Many people are asking if this means a real exchange is coming soon. In this video, we'll look at what's actually known, what's speculation, and what it could mean for you. Let's start with the claim itself. Reports circulating on social media and some forums suggest that internal banking screens or documents show very high rates for both the Iraqi dinar and the Vietnamese dong. These numbers, 5.02 for IQD and 3.94 for VND, are far above current official exchange rates. Right now, the Iraqi dinar is still pegged at a much lower level against the US dollar. The Central Bank of Iraq manages this rate carefully. There has been no official announcement confirming any sudden revaluation to multiple dollars per dinar. The same applies to the Vietnamese dong, which is also managed by its central bank and trades at a much lower level. So where are these leaks coming from? In many cases, what people see on banking screens are placeholder rates, test values, or internal figures used for system updates. Banks often run simulations or use temporary numbers when testing systems. These are not the same as real, tradable market rates. It's also important to understand how currency values are determined. Exchange rates depend on a country's economic strength, including GDP, oil revenue in Iraq's case, foreign reserves, inflation, and overall stability. While Iraq has made progress in recent years, especially with oil exports and efforts to modernize its banking system, a sudden jump to over $5 per dinar would be an extreme move. That kind of shift would require massive structural changes and official global coordination. Now, let's talk about Iraq specifically. The country has been working on financial reforms. These include digitizing payments, reducing reliance on cash, and improving transparency in banking. There have also been discussions about strengthening the dinar over time. However, most experts agree that any increase in value would likely be gradual, not an overnight jump to several dollars. Another point to consider is liquidity and money supply. Iraq has a large amount of dinar in circulation. For the currency, to reach very high values, the supply would need to be reduced significantly, or the economy would need to expand dramatically. This is a complex process that cannot happen instantly. As for the Vietnamese dong, the situation is similar. Vietnam has a growing economy, strong exports, and increasing global integration, but its currency is intentionally kept at a lower value to support exports. A sudden rise to nearly $4 would go against its current economic strategy. So why do these stories gain so much attention? Because they tap into hope. Many people holding these currencies are looking for a big payoff. When a number like 5.02 appears, it spreads quickly. But without confirmation from official sources, such as central banks or major financial institutions, it remains unverified. Let's also address the idea of a real exchange coming. For a currency revaluation to happen, there must be official announcements. Banks worldwide would update their systems. Forex markets would reflect the change. Governments and financial institutions would communicate clearly. None of that has happened yet. That doesn't mean nothing is happening at all. Iraq continues to work on economic reforms. There are ongoing efforts to strengthen the banking sector and attract foreign investment. These are positive signs, but they point toward gradual progress, not sudden dramatic shifts. It's also worth noting that misinformation can spread easily in the financial space. Screenshots can be edited. Old data can be reused. And sometimes, misunderstandings are shared as facts. That's why it's important to verify information and rely on credible sources. What it means: impact on viewers, investors. So what does all this mean for you as a viewer or potential investor? First, it's important to stay realistic. Hi, numbers like 5.02 or 3.94 may sound exciting, but they are not supported by official data at this time. Second, focus on fundamentals. Look at the real progress being made in Iraq's economy. Watch for official announcements from central banks. These are the signals that truly matter. Third, manage expectations. Currency investments, especially in emerging markets, come with risks. There is no guaranteed outcome, and certainly no confirmed timeline for major changes. Finally, stay informed but cautious. It's okay to follow updates and discussions. Just make sure you separate facts from speculation. That will help. You make better decisions and avoid disappointment. That's the latest on the so-called bank leak and the rumors around a massive revaluation. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to like the video and subscribe to Iraqi Dinar Brief for more clear and reliable updates. Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you think these leaks mean anything, or are they just speculation? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next update. Let's take this a step further and talk about timing, because that's another big question people keep asking. When could something like a revaluation actually happen, if it were ever planned? The honest answer is that there is no confirmed timeline. Major currency changes are not surprise events. They are carefully planned, coordinated, and usually signaled in advance through policy changes, economic indicators, and official communication. For example, if Iraq were preparing for a significant shift in its currency value, we would likely see stronger signals first. These could include tighter control of inflation, a more stable exchange system, increased foreign investment, and clearer monetary policy from the central bank. Some of these steps are already happening, which is a positive sign. But they are part of a long-term process, not proof of an immediate jump to a high exchange rate. Another important factor is the global financial system. Currencies do not operate in isolation. Any major revaluation would impact trade, international contracts, and financial markets. That means organizations like the International Monetary Fund and global banking networks would be involved or at least aware. So far, there has been no verified statement from any major global financial authority supporting the idea of a sudden massive increase in the Iraqi Dinar or Vietnamese Dong. Let's also look at the psychology behind these viral leaks. When people see a number repeated across multiple posts or videos, it starts to feel real. This is known as repetition bias. The more we see something, the more we tend to believe it. But in financial markets, repetition does not equal confirmation. Only verified data from trusted institutions counts. Now, to be fair, not every rumor comes from bad intentions. Sometimes, people genuinely believe they've found new information. They share it quickly, hoping to help others. But without proper verification, this can create confusion and unrealistic expectations. If you are holding Iraqi dinar or simply following this market, a smart approach is to track real developments. Pay attention to Iraq's oil revenues, budget, announcements, banking reforms, and international partnerships. These are the building blocks of currency strength. Over time, they can support gradual appreciation, if managed correctly. It's also helpful to compare past examples. Historically, large and sudden currency revaluations are extremely rare. When they do happen, they are usually tied to major economic restructuring, and even then, the changes are controlled to avoid shock to the system. A jump from a low-value currency to multiple dollars overnight would be unprecedented in modern financial history. So as we wrap this extended update, here's the key takeaway. The idea of a $5.02 Iraqi dinar and a 3.94 Vietnamese dong makes for an attention-grabbing headline. But right now, there is no solid evidence to support those numbers as real tradable rates. Treat them as unverified claims, not confirmed facts. Stay patient, stay informed, and most importantly, stay grounded in reality. The real story of the Iraqi dinar is about gradual progress, economic reform, and long-term potential, not overnight transformation.